Heavy rain is expected to arrive Thursday. That could mean bigger problems for areas that have already been hard hit by last week's heavy rain. There's another heavy round coming in, and this is the line that we're saying, okay, this has the wind gust potential, but this also has a flood potential as well. Here in the next 2 hours or so, we're really waiting for this front to continue to push on east. Focus here. I'm trying to zoom in. You can see the overshooting top of this storm here. Now that shows that we've got a lot of energy actually boosting into one area. I see a lot of scud starting to rise with that, so sometimes actively and rapidly rising scud can indicate, at least some lift. We actually have this nice coating here of freezing rain right on Tracker 8's window, and so that's what drivers are going to be dealing with. This is underneath, turning to ice very fast. They'd also check in with a buoy about 5 miles out from here, getting wave heights of 16 feet. Think about that. If you're out there on the boat, that not only makes me seasick, but it's very dangerous. There's a lot of damage here, and I want to show you just how powerful that force of the water was. This is a concrete boulder that probably came from only a few feet just up this hill, but it looks like it was dropped straight from the sky, and it's now cemented into this person's driveway. And it intensified really quickly as it was bursting out all that energy. So as we look at this toppled over tree, you can actually see the way the winds were going in the direction. Tonight, 2 young girls are missing from Mexico, Maine, and though crews are still actively searching for the two, the cool, wet, rainy weather might actually help aid in the search efforts. I spoke with Rob Russell of 2A TAC Drone Services. Typically, he helps aiding people in finding their missing pets. Having a great success rate, most of that is actually due to the weather. It really does depend if we're seeing hot, sunny days versus cool and cloudy, and he tells me this weather is certainly the best type if they're going to be having any chance of finding the 2 girls.
You want no sun, 100% overcast is the best, and that cools everything down. And then the things that produce their own heat, like people, or if you're looking for an animal, they stand out the best. So there's a thing called thermal loading, where large rocks, even small rocks, trees, which obviously are alive but aren't traditionally very warm, they will absorb a good deal of heat. Even at night, they'll glow for many, many hours. That rain is going to pull the heat right out of those objects. And again, it's going to allow that background to be as cold as possible and allow the operator of the drone to have a much better chance of finding what you're looking for.
Looking at the report right now, the Maine Warden Service says Ellie and Addie were last seen around 2:15 this afternoon, Wednesday, May 6, at Mountain Valley Community School. If you see the 2, Ellie was last seen wearing blue jeans and a coat. Addie had on a black puffy sweatshirt and pink glasses. We hope the girls are found safe, and if you want any updates, you can find them at WMTW.com. We'll be uploading all the latest details as they come into the newsroom. For Maine's total weather, wishing the best, I'm Emily Pike. We don't always get a tornado just because you see a wall cloud. Most don't actually produce tornadoes, but here's the tier. You get a strong storm, you can get that rotation, that wall cloud, then you get a funnel cloud, and when it reaches the ground, you get a tornado. Because of the death and destruction caused by the 1991 storm, the World Meteorological Organization retired the name. Not only did New England suffer from Hurricane Bob in 1991, but also the following month, Hurricane Grace collided with a nor'easter, becoming what we know today as the perfect storm. The Atlantic hurricane season still runs until November 30th, with most New England storms peaking around September through November. For Maine's Total Weather, I'm Emily Pike. On Monday, a strong nor'easter moved up the coast. This meant a lot of excitement for those looking for thrills at high tide, including this surfer at Reed State Park. As the storm strengthened along the coast, buoys recorded waves up to 17 feet. When water reached the shore, it pushed high tide from 8 feet to 10 feet, just below the minor flood stage, making Noble Lighthouse keeper Matt Rosenberg very happy.
Yeah, I just wanted to come out and see what the level was going to be for all the waves and stuff. And they're big, but they're not going to, I don't think it's going to damage the lighthouse.
And despite the cold, snow-whipped winds, people from all over ventured to watch it unfold.
I couldn't believe when I saw the ocean. I just never saw it look like this. We come out here a lot, but this is a lot, yeah.
Minor splashover and localized ponding was reported along Webhanet Drive in Wells.
This is overflow from the ocean, so this is, waves that have come down the street.
And up along Maine's mid-coast, the height of the waves showing off in this perspective.
But I could feel the car shaking because the wind is just so strong.
The waves were impressive, but the wind was a close second.
The wind could blow you down there. It's crazy.
Maine avoided the worst of the storm while surrounding states broke records. For Maine's Total Weather, I'm Emily Pike. The jetport was without power from around 3:30 until shortly after 9 Thursday evening. In that time, 34 flights were delayed and 6 were canceled in the 6-hour outage. The airport did have a backup generator, but it was extremely limited. Planes preparing to depart and incoming flights were left sitting on the tarmac, most for at least an hour. The jetport activated its tarmac delay program, with passengers exiting the aircraft away from the terminal and shuttle buses bringing them inside. TSA checkpoints, ticket counters, baggage systems, and the airport operations were unable to function normally. Employees had to perform several jobs manually, including lifting gates at the parking garage and moving aircraft. The storm produced a 69-mile-per-hour wind gust at the jetport, along with large hail, damaging at least 2 planes. Operations have since resumed at the jetport, but it's leaving many wondering, why did Thursday's storm cause so much disruption when compared to other parts of the country that deal with severe weather all year round? We did reach out to the jetport for comment, but no one was available. In Westbrook, for Maine's Total Coverage, I'm Emily Pike.